What year are we in right now? I can almost hear you saying 2026. But if you take your passport and board a plane heading to the heart of East Africa, Ethiopia, the moment you step off the plane, you'll travel back in time. No, this isn't a science fiction movie. Once you enter Ethiopia's borders, the calendars will show 2018 or 2019. While the world is racing toward the future at a digital speed, why did one country choose to stop? Or perhaps the real question is this: maybe we are the ones moving too fast. Today, we're traveling to Ethiopia, the land of the 13-month sun, where time flows differently. Why are they 7 years behind? Why does a day consist of 12 hours instead of 24? And most importantly, how does this difference shape their daily lives? Fasten your seatbelts. Our journey through time is about to begin. In fact, it all began with a difference in calculation. While the rest of the world uses the Gregorian calendar, Ethiopia follows its own local system, the Ethiopian calendar. So where does this 7 to 8 year difference come from? The secret lies in how the birth of Jesus Christ was calculated. In the 6th century, a monk named Dionysius Exiguus made an error or used a different reference point when calculating the year of Jesus' birth. The Catholic Church accepted this calculation and, around AD 525, laid the foundations of the system we use today. However, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church never agreed with this calculation. They believed that the birth of Jesus occurred 7 or 8 years later than what Rome accepted. According to Ethiopian scholars, the history of humanity and the chronology of the prophets required a different mathematical framework. The result? While we are moving toward the middle of the 21st century, they are still living in an early 21st century. For them, the beginning of the era is still anchored at a different point than the one we know. The year difference isn't the only thing that makes the Ethiopian calendar fascinating. They have a full 13 months. You heard that right. In Ethiopia, each year consists of 12 months, each exactly 30 days long. However, to complete the year mathematically, there are 5 or 6 days left over. Ethiopians didn't discard those remaining days. Instead, they created a 13th month called Pagume. This month lasts only 5 or 6 days. Even tourism slogans come from this concept. Ethiopia, 13 months of sunshine. Imagine having a month that lasts only 5 days. How are salaries paid? How is rent covered? In reality, this period is a transition phase for them, a time of prayer and festivals. This tiny 13th month is perhaps the clearest proof that time is not linear, but cyclical. Let's say you've traveled to Ethiopia and gotten used to the calendar, but then you have an appointment. If an Ethiopian tells you, "Let's meet at 2 in the morning," don't wake up at midnight and go. Because in Ethiopia, the time system is different too. In most parts of the world, a day begins at midnight, 0000. In Ethiopia, however, the day starts at sunrise. So when the sun rises at 6 a.m., it is actually 0000 in Ethiopian time. What we call 7 a.m. is the first hour of the day for them. Why is that? Because, to them, it just makes sense. Why use a midnight system when the sun is at its peak, they ask. For them, the day begins with light and ends with darkness. If you're booking a ticket with an Ethiopian airline, be careful. The 6-hour difference between international time and local time could cause you to miss your flight. So how do they survive in this increasingly digital world? Banking, flights, the internet? Ethiopia actually operates in dual time. Official institutions use the Gregorian calendar to align with the outside world, while the people maintain their own millennia-old traditions internally. Behind this resistance lies a deep sense of pride. As you may know, Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that was never fully colonized. It resisted the Italian invasion for only a few years and managed to preserve its independence. They have their own language, Amharic, their own script, Ge'ez, and their own calendar. Living time the way they know it is, for them, a symbol of independence. Ethiopia teaches us this: time is only as real as the meaning we give it. While we are living with the stress of 2026, somewhere people are enjoying the peace of 2018, the sunshine of the 13th month, and hours that start with the first light of morning. Perhaps the true point isn't being behind time, it's savoring it. If one day your path takes you to Ethiopia, leave your watch and calendar at the hotel. Just live in the moment. Because there, time doesn't stop. It simply flows more meaningfully. Which calendar would you like to live by? Would you want to have 13 months in a year? Let's meet in the comments. See you on our next journey.